At center, DeAndre Ayton. At point guard, Chris Paul. At the other guard, Devin Booker. At the other forward, Kevin Durant. The head coach of the visiting team is Monty Williams. It's time to meet the starting five for your Sacramento Kings. At power forward, standing 6'8", number 13. Keegan Murray. Half forward, 6'8", number 40, Harrison Barnes. At the shooting guard position, 6 feet 7 inches, number 9, Kevin Huerter. At the center position, 7 feet 1 inches, number 10, Domantas Sabonis. At guard, 6'3", number 5, De'Aaron Fox. The head coach is Mike Brown. Fans, your Sacramento Kings.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. And tonight, we've got the Phoenix Suns playing against the Sacramento Kings here in Golden One Center. Hi, folks. Brian Anderson here, alongside two fantastic analysts, Grant Hill and Brent Barry at the table, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. Hey, Allie.
Well, Kevin Durant, the all-time leading scorer in the history of the U.S. men's team, said that experience informs his approach in the NBA, adding, quote, in that environment, you have to check your ego and even take a step back in order for the team to be good. Everybody brings their part, and everybody's valuable.
Yeah, that's a great perspective, Allie. Thank you. So let's take a look at the Phoenix Suns starting lineup. The deadly pair of Paul and Booker are the backcourt. DeAndre Ayton is out there with Kevin Durant, and it's Okogie in at small forward. And for the Kings, up front, it'll be Murray and Sabonis. Fox runs point with Huerter by his side, and it's Barnes in at the 3 slot. And it's the Kings to start out. Huerter finds Fox. And here's Sabonis. He's covered by Ayton. 11 feet out. Shot's good by Sabonis.
Not something we see a ton of from Domantas Sabonis, but he focuses that time and gets it to go.
Outside Paul. Pass to Okogie. Back to Paul. 26 seconds left to play in the first. Rejected by Sabonis.
Sabonis has to use good timing in order to block shots. That time he did.
Fox against Paul. Right at the free throw line. Hauled in by Paul.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Kings on top. They lead by a bucket. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break.
Please welcome to the floor,
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And guys, for the Kings, what jumps out at you stat-wise?
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And so in the game for the Suns, the deadly pair of Paul and Booker are the backcourt. Torrey Craig out there with Kevin Durant. And it's Biyombo in at the center position. To the inside. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
Yeah, Chris Paul is not afraid of getting hit, whether it's him initiating it or anticipating it. Plays through that contact well.
And last year's outcome, so unfortunate for Paul and the Phoenix Suns, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I mean, the best record in the league by 8 games. You know, it kind of seemed like Paul might finally get that ring. Just a heartbreaking loss for them against Dallas in Game 7.
Free throw is off from Paul.
What do you say about CP3 other than this guy is an all-timer? When you think about guys down the stretch who you have run your offense, CP3 has to be mentioned up there.
Mitchell against Durant. Pass to Biyombo. Shoots over Holmes. Biyombo can't hit. 20 seconds left in the second. Now Mitchell. Monk with it. The three. The shot no good. So a tie game here as we finish the first half. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The Suns 2. Fans.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. They couldn't hold on to the slim lead they had at the start of the second quarter and headed into the locker room with the game all knotted up. What'd you think about Sacramento, Ken?
There's been a ton of energy in this building tonight. And the way this one's going, they're going to need the energy down the stretch. It's a tight ball game, and their fans know how to give them a lift when they need it.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Phoenix?
With how they're shooting, it's a miracle they're still in this game. There's still a whole half left to go. They need to stop wasting shots and get serious about finding quality looks.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And it's Phoenix's ball. Fox runs point with Herter by his side. Up front, it'll be Murray and Sabonis. And it's Barnes in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Pass to Paul. Shot clock at 6. Up again. And we're going to have a jump ball.
It'll be a jump ball.
And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
And Phoenix has possession. Pass to Booker. Chance there to take the lead, but a miss. Herter against Durant. Herter can't hit.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Here's Okogie. Outside Paul. And he drives in. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials getting together here. They may want to review this one. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And I couldn't tell exactly what happened. And apparently, I guess the refs didn't get a clear look at it either. They have to get it right because this is a big moment in the game.
So the replay was conclusive. Call overturned. Grant, that one's going to count.
And BA, you can argue against replay all you want, but at the end of the day, you want it to be a level playing field. You want the call to be correct.
3 quarters of play and a close one here. The Suns on top. They lead by 2. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Now the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. And so in the game for the Suns, we've got Terrence Ross, Cameron Payne out there with Damian Lee. Then it's DeAndre Ayton, and it's Craig in at the power forward position.
Now that's one to remember. What an impact on the game.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot at the game?
Timeout called, the Suns. Keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Monty Williams was going over with this team. He wants all they have to give coming down the stretch, saying, quote, it's not just the big plays. I want to see us making the little plays too, winning the 50-50 balls. That's the effort we need.
Allie, thank you. And it's the Kings ball. Outside Davis, pass to Sabonis. And he sinks it.
Not letting the physical defense alter the shot. Sabonis finds a way to get it done.
Important possession here.
Yeah, we'll see how they execute under pressure.
Timeout called, the Suns. They're trailing by 2. 29 seconds left in the 4th.
Fans, please give a big round of applause for your Kings Youth Dance Team.
let's present our New Balance player of the game, Domantas Sabonis.
Just a dominant force for them on the offensive end tonight. I mean, stepping up big when his team needed, being able to gather a big share of their points. It's safe to say this game would have been a rough one for them without him in the mix.
So the Kings making a change here. Murray's checked in.
Such a capable scorer from the mid-range. He just knows how to make that work for him.
Time called here. The Kings decide to talk it over. The score is tied at 6. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Okay, Sacramento, time to get loud and make some noise for your 916 crew.
The Kings making a switch here. Barnes is checked in. Durant, he's checked in for Phoenix. Ball comes in for Payne. Ball against Fox.
De'Aaron Fox stepping up for the team, showing he's capable in these moments.
And Booker puts up a deep three. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot attempt falls offline. So it's the Kings taking the W in a close one. What a performance they had here at home today.
I'll tell you what. These are the ones that are so nice to win and so tough to lose. I love being on the edge of my seat, never knowing what would happen next.
Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
De'Aaron, there was definitely a point in the second half where you just took over. What's on your mind in those situations?
I mean, for myself, just kind of know where you're getting the shot. You know, obviously with some of the better teams in the league, you know, if something bad's happening, sometimes, you know, that one or two players just has to be able to take the game over. And I feel like I'm always able to get to my spot. And at the end of the day is if you can put the ball in the basket. And I think I did a good job at that in the second half.
Thanks, De'Aaron.
Allie, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and our entire 2K